This is gonna be great, even though I got a 2-2. I don't think it's true. I'm gonna appeal and ask them to remark it. There was one guy, he was like, I cannot believe that you want to do masters, because everyone knows how much I complain about physics, and the way it's organized and the way it's taught is just awful. It looks like I cried, pretty swollen, like I've drunk lots of alcohol yesterday and I'm hungover, but that's actually what Cambridge does to you. You look like this as a standard. It's like almost 1 a.m. The thing is that I really don't want to go to sleep because I'm drinking so much coffee. I don't know how I feel about exams because it can be always unpredictable. So there's a possibility that I might get a first, because for the past 2 years I was getting 2-1 because of bell curve. Bell curve is when they compare you to the most performing student, and if you're not most performing student, you're gonna be a 2-1 or 2-2. Every day I drink 5 and more coffees. I just did one of my exams, and the only thing is in my head is fuck all this system, because everything what I've studied didn't come up, or like everything that I've studied was not useful. I'm so sick of my degree. In HSPS or like humanities subjects, if you write an exam and you get 26%, it means that you didn't study at all, but like I studied. Not graduating. I might just come back at some point in the future and just graduate. Like right now I'm really stressed because I'm appealing, I missed my grade, I'm writing like requests and also reasons why they should accept me, and I feel I want to kill something.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Obi Trice, real name, no gimmicks.
So essentially I'm keep getting into a situation when I don't want to know my grade. Suddenly I know my grade and I'm not ready for that, but it's late. So the first time was when I did TP1 exam, which is theoretical physics. I got 49%, which is a third, which is not great. I wasn't planning to check my grade at all, and then my DOS emailed me, know that you're disappointed with your result for TP1, and then he like mentioned my grade in the email, and I was like, I don't want to know, but thanks. The second time was when I got my exam results. Exam results were released on the same day as the night out called Mayball, so it's essentially like a ball where people dance and drink. That one was one of my favorite, called King's Affair. I was like, I don't want to spoil my mood, I'm not gonna check it. Again, open my email from my DOS. I know you're really disappointed with your exam results. And then I got another email from the department saying, unfortunately you missed your grade to proceed for the 4th year. And I was like, fuck. It's really funny because we had 7 exams, we had 3 coursework. After every single exam I was like, I will get a first, but I might get a 2-1. You know, like I was so confident about how I performed an exam, because in physics we have bookwork, so essentially if you memorize how to derive something, or if you understand how to derive it and then you like reproduce it, you'll be fine. And kind of you are promised that you will get at least a low 2-1 if you memorize just bookwork, and then extra stuff that you would need to think about, critical thinking, then you get a first. I wasn't studying for a whole year until the start of vacation, Easter vacation, and then I was studying really hard. And then exam term, when it was like still a month before the exams began, when we still had lectures, by the way. That's an amazing system, when we had lectures and then we examined on those stuff that we've learned in lectures, like maybe a week ago. We left Cambridge. At the beginning I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna memorize all this stuff, like it's just so much and overwhelming. When it was closer and closer to the exams, I was like, actually, I know what I'm doing. I'm quite confident about my knowledge. I asked lots of questions of my supervisors to clarify different points in the lecture notes, and I did lots of past paper questions, even though I was worried. I thought that I'm quite confident about my knowledge at that point when it was close to the exams. When the exams have been passing every time, I was like, wow, like I did that question, I did that question. I failed 2 of my exams. One of them was particle physics, I got 26%, and the thing is that that topic is just like A-level. You just memorize everything. Me getting 26% means that I don't know anything, and that's just clearly not true. Maybe not clearly for you, but clearly for me. And then optics and electrodynamics, which I thought I will get like 62%, and I got like 36. It's just unfair how Cambridge grades you, because the grade at Cambridge that you will get doesn't mean at all if you're smart or not. It doesn't tell you anything, and then you're like, what's the point of the exams? Because it just like doesn't test your knowledge, doesn't test your personality, way of thinking. It's just stupid luck. And then the timing as well, you won't be able to answer questions that ask completely new stuff in like 2 hours, because you need to think about them. The point of doing supervision work, which is like kind of homework, is in order to get accustomed to do those kind of questions, so that when you ask an exam, you can do it in 2 hours rather than asking completely new stuff and like asking you to do it in 2 hours. That's just insane. As I was talking in my previous video, people suffer a lot and they sacrifice their health in order to prepare for the exams that doesn't even test anything. I'm definitely a first level person as well, because I've studied my material, I'm critically thinking, I'm really independent as well, because I'm doing all this like photography stuff, organizing lots of things by myself. It's not like being proud of it, I'm not, it's just I'm really angry that it's not recognized by the Cambridge, it's not shown by my grades. And what does it mean even? Yeah, I got a 2-2. The only thing that brought me up, because all my exams were like 26, 36, 46, 56, 65, because in 3 modules we had coursework. One of them I got 72, which I thought I would get 90. Another 2 courseworks I got 62%. Physics department told us, they promised us they're not gonna rescale anything in third year, and fucking they do rescale. It's just such a liar. I literally emailed the secretary of physics department. I was like, hello, I have just non-direct evidences that you rescaled my exams, and not only mine but everyone's. How can you explain that? Because you promised that you're not gonna rescale anything. And she didn't reply. I mean, your education sucks. Just let's be clear here. I told my boss, is it possible to try to apply for the 4th year in astrophysics instead of physics, because I did physics undergrad and it's shit, and it's just I don't want to be around them. I tried to switch to astrophysics. She constructed a whole like supporting letter. It's just insane how the system is constructed. You cannot graduate when you're appealing, asking a department to take you with your grade. So you're there with your transcript, no matter if you will be accepted or not, you officially haven't graduated. Also, like the thing is that I got quite okay results in 1st and 2nd year, and then only in 3rd year I got 52%. And like obviously, Cambridge requirement is to get a 2-1 and above in 3rd year. They don't really care what you got in 1st and 2nd year. Just 1 year, of course. Also, I'm competing with all mathematicians who's switching from math to astrophysics, because in the math they require first, and astrophysics and math are quite similar in terms of modules. So we applied, and then in 2 weeks time I was invited for a 15-minute interview. Okay, I came, so I was sitting with one of the students, and when the interviewer came, he said to the student, can you wait a bit more, because he'd been there for like 30 minutes already, because that guy really wants to interview Evelina. And I was like, oh wow, okay, someone really wants to interview me. Maybe there's a chance that I'm gonna get in. I walked in, I was like, hello, 2 people. The questions were like just really weird. One of them, which I just remembered really well, 4th year is just full of independent work. Are you okay with independent work? And I was like, you know what? I didn't say that to them, but like in Cambridge, everyone is good with independent work, because there's no, I mean, there is support into supervisions and group work and laboratory work, but it's negligible compared to what we've been getting in A-level. Some supervisors don't really know how to teach, and they like just write on a board from their answer sheet saying this is this, and you're like, but why this is this? And then like they were like, why did you switch to astrophysics? And I was like, when I did astrophysical fluids course, it's one of the courses we have in physics. That's quite interesting, and the person who was teaching is inspiring, and I thought, wow, I'm quite interested in that, and I kind of like more mathematical part. So astrophysics has more math, but I just didn't felt like I'm ready to leave Cambridge. Some people will relate with that. So essentially they told us that in a week time they will tell us when, they will tell us if we got in or not. So it would have been like at least 2 weeks, and then a week has passed, and I'm again receiving an email which I didn't want to read. I just came back from Italy, and then I went straight away to a photography gig for a birthday party. I'm in a cab. Email up, they will show you a preview of 2 lines, and then my tutor emailing me saying, I'm really sorry, but unfortunately ... It's like the 3rd time, literally the 3rd time when I'm not ready for like information. I'm just getting it, you know. I thought interview went well. I got a 2-1 in 1st and 2nd year. Also, I'm a woman, and there's so little women in physics. I didn't read an email. So the email says from my tutor, Dear Evelina, we have now heard back from the Institute of Astronomy, and I'm sorry to say that they have declined their application to proceed to part 3. The reasons I explained below. I'm sorry if this is disappointing news, obviously. We put in as strong an application as we could. I wish you the best of luck for the future plans. So this is what astronomy department have emailed my DOS and my tutor, not me. And I'm like, hello? The department panel for astrophysics has now reported their decision on the case for progression from part 2 to part 3 in respect of Evelina Polikova. It sounds so official, oh my god. Their decision was that Evelina should not be permitted to continue to part 3. The appeal was disallowed on the ground the transfer between part 2 physics and part 3 astrophysics requires evidence of a secure grasp of the astrophysically relevant portions of part 2 physics on account of the fast-paced nature of part 3 astrophysics. In addition to that fact that the student overall part 2 marks was 52% was below that expected to enter into part 3 astrophysics. Her performance in astrophysical courses were insufficiently strong for this appeal to be allowed. Sure. And also I have emailed my lecturer who taught me astrophysical fluid dynamics, and he's like the guy who inspired my interest in astrophysics, and he's like amazing. I emailed him maybe like a week ago saying like, just to inform you, I didn't go into part 3, blah blah, thank you very much for inspiring my interest. And he was like, dear Evelina, thank you for your note, and I'm sorry to hear that part 3 didn't work out. I would strongly advocate for you, which is why I was not part of your interview. Oh my god, this is so cute. But I understand from my colleagues that this was a very competitive year. Best of luck with everything, and please do stay in touch. What is the plan now? There are two things. So first of all, I'm moving to London, 100%, no matter what. The thing is that UCL has astrophysics course as well, and it's quite similar in terms of the course, like the modules that they teach. I would love to study in UCL. The deadline for application is 26th of July, so I have today and tomorrow to complete my application, because you need to write a personal statement, 3,000 characters, about why astrophysics, why at UCL. You need to pay, which is a pain, £75 fee for just application. And if I'm not gonna get in, I'm staying in London. I'm gonna do lots of photography gigs, video gigs. Later on, I'm gonna apply to Columbia University in New York, I think, for filmmaking course, because their filmmaking courses are amazing, and it's for 2 years. So if I'm gonna get a scholarship, or if I'm gonna earn enough money, that will be cool. And then probably I'm gonna do filmmaking in the future. That's current plan. Lots of people surprised that I do physics and also I do photography, but the thing is that I started with photography when I was 14, so my experience is already like 8 years. That's literally it. Here I am, person with a tutu who goes out and takes photos, but at the same time he got a 2-1 in first and second year. Bye, whatever, I don't know.